What's up, guys? This is Zero. We're doing another episode of Kerbal Space Program with our lathe-bound mission. Um, right here, I was just sending up things and building up the station, so I skipped and fast-forward a lot of this stuff. This clip right here was actually like, I don't know, 25 minutes long because the docking process was impossible, and I'll explain why. But yeah, I reduced it down to a small 5-minute video where I just keep literally missing every chance to dock with this other thing. The little moon lander there doesn't have any monopropellant in it, so I wasn't able to scoot it over to dock the thing. Also, it was picking up these very, very strange rotations. Like, I'm not spinning it like that. I know how to rotate the ship and all, and it just randomly moves according to how I move. It's very strange. I'm assuming it's some kind of glitch. However, I am able to overcome this problem by turning off the torque on the small addition to the ship, and then use the giant ship that I'm building to dock with it. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. But yes, it's just a very long and tedious process of me just trying to dock this thing. And we miss. And it rotates. It's almost like someone else is controlling it, but no one is, obviously, because it's not multiplayer yet. But yeah, it just spins out of control for no reason whatsoever. I am unable to control it. So yeah, this thing's just gonna spin around. Luckily we didn't break anything, because that crazy spinning, we could have easily knocked off some solar panels. We're just lucky there. This is where I figure I can turn off the torque, and then it stops to rotate. It slowly rotates, and I was like, I can totally dock with that. That's not a problem. 20 minutes later, I still hadn't docked with the thing. So this is me just going in and out trying to dock. So what I want to talk about, I guess, is what we'll do with this mission. Is I think I'm going to make 2 space planes, and I will dock them onto the side of this ship, and then we're going to head out to the Jool system. So I previously tested a small little delta wing that worked out amazingly well. I'm surprised at how well this plane flies, because I'm not very good at making planes, but this one, for whatever reason, worked out really well, and I'm super happy about it. It's nice and nimble. It is not an SSTO, however, I did just want the ability to fly around lathe, so that's the only reason I'm bringing them, plus it's kind of cool. I'm going to bring them down through the atmosphere and land them, and I get to pick my landing spot, so it'll be cool trying to land wherever I drop the drop pods. Wherever the landers land, it'll be cool to have the planes in the same spot. Basically, make a small little lathe base. It'll be pretty cool. I could always bring them into suborbital hop and attempt to, I don't know, get them into space and do some science or something. But then again, this is sandbox mode, so there is no science or anything. So I'm thinking about doing a career mode. I'm going to skip most of it, I think. Just like the boring stuff. The first half is really kind of boring. But I'll do some clips where I just like go over the basic of what's going on there. Like, oh, I launched. I'll show the launch for like 2 seconds. And then I say, I'll docked with something. And then I'll show the docking real quick. But nice little clips just to keep it so it's not boring. Because you don't want to watch this for 20 minutes of me struggling to dock with something like this. So I kind of figure out that rotation there, and then it just rotates right back off. It's the strangest thing. So turned off the torque, and now I'm making my way back over to it. We're coming up to the actual moment where we finally get this thing on there. It was so annoying to sit here for like 30 minutes just trying to dock this stupid thing. I have to figure out whether or not there's actually other keys that you can use to use the docking thrusters to translate in the different directions other than rotating 90 degrees and using it. So this is our new launch vehicle. I had to make this like this. I wanted to so bad. I wanted to make a shuttle like launch. So you notice I got the new parts that come with the arm update, and I got our little plane on one side, and then I have some fuel tanks on the other side as counterweights. But yeah, it looks really awesome, and it's pretty balanced. Like, those fuel tanks balance out almost exactly with what the weight of the ship is. So this thing goes straight up, and it's super sweet looking. And this entire stage makes it into orbit and rendezvous. The only thing I stage off this thing is the solid fuel boosters, and I already staged those. So this entire thing right here is going to make it into orbit, and it's going to rendezvous with the ship that we're building. I only am doing one of these things. I'm not going to do two of them right in this video. In the next video, I will add the other ship, and we'll start our way out to Jool, and then try to start landing on Lathe. I hope that'll all be in one video, but if not, then oh well. And then we can start some other kind of challenge. If you guys have any ideas of what you want to see for Kerbal Space Program, I'll be glad to do it. But now that we've made it to the Lander 1, I don't know why it's called that. I just haven't renamed it. But we have our little thing, and it's actually, I love this little plane here because it's got monopropellant on it, and you can see it's embedded in the wings. And then I got these 4 external monopropellant tanks that can be jettisoned before landing on Lathe. I don't know how it's going to mess with the aerodynamics, but I know it will throw the weight off, so it won't fly properly with those monopropellant tanks on there. But I wanted to make sure that I had enough monopropellant to dock this thing, and then use it to deorbit the plane when we get to Lathe. Because monopropellant, it's kind of weak, but for something so small like this, we can actually, if I wanted to, I could probably got it at least halfway into orbit with just the monopropellant. So here we go. We just kind of scoot past it because I overestimated how fast we were going. But all in all, it's another surprisingly easy and simple docking. Way better than the previous one that you guys just watched with all the spinning and stuff. That was awful. But this little guy works out really well, and I'm super excited to see how it flies on Lathe, which we will see. It flies great on Kerbin, so we'll have to see. It takes off, like, I don't know, within 100 feet or something. It takes off super quick. So, yeah, so we're just going to scoot on over here. And it's relatively painless. I do, however, dock it, and it's slightly crooked, which kind of annoys me. But that's fine. We're going to bring up another one of these planes and dock that as well. So we're going to have 2 of these things, and then our ship that will go off to Lathe will be complete. And it's going to be tons of fun. So here I'm panicking because it's creeping towards those solar panels. I was like, I don't want to knock those off. And luckily, I had docking lights on. Well, actually, they're just running lights that are embedded in the tires and the wheels. So that provided some light, so I could actually see what I was doing. But yeah, here we go. We're floating on down, just adjusting our approach, and we get kind of tugged by the magnetic forces. And now we just start sloshing around the ports until we actually dock. So I realize now that I gotta turn off SAS so that it actually docks. So I turn it off, and then it starts to clip. There it goes, and it's done. So yeah, that's our half of almost all of our ship. So one more plane and docked, and then we're off to the Lathe system. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue to finish off this Lathe-bound series. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode.